thing again. I'm finna go ahead and pull this motor out so I can get it washed. Oh shoot, tripping. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up, man. So when I took it apart, I saw, not took it apart, but when I uncovered it, I saw some debris. All this good stuff is like trash inside the cylinders, this, that, and the third. So we won't be scratching this bad boy up. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it down. Alright, so kind of got it flipped right now. You know what I mean? Came back, sprayed it down. Well, washed it, all this good stuff, y'all saw that. Then sprayed it down with some WD-40, keep it from flash rusting. And yeah, I might have overdid it on the spraying with the WD-40, but rather be safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying? So cylinders looking good, everything nice and oiled up. So with that being said, man, we ready to move on to the cam, but I'm gonna let all this kind of do its thing, make its course down the, and all this good stuff, man, and the oil passages and shit. So we're gonna come back to that, drop that cam in, that shouldn't take that long, and we're gonna make it do what it do, you dig, as usual. So stay tuned. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We got the block cleaned up as you saw. And now, man, we finna get down with it. We finna get down with it. We got it here, ready to go. I'm finna start breaking it down. And we finna start this thing. We finna start this. We finna go ahead and today get this camshaft in. I'm in hopes of getting the crank in as well. Finally got a little bit of everything that I need. So let's get at it, let's get at it. Alright, so got them all off. As you can tell, I went ahead and lined them all up over here. The workbench for the time being. What we're gonna do is we're gonna spray, clean this bad boy down with some brake cleaner. And that way we can get ready to put the bearings in on that part. So I'm also go ahead and clean the camshaft bearings with some brake cleaner as well. Make sure we're good there. And then we can go ahead and at least get the cam in place. Alright, so now I got everything cleaned up. It's looking good, it's looking good. Got the bearings and stuff cleaned up. Also used the air compressor just to kind of blow any type of debris or anything off. We're gonna go ahead and get the cam in. So when I did the 383 for the Monte Carlo, I started off with the crank first, but this time we're gonna start off with the cam. That way I can kind of, reach down in here and guide it through instead of like holding the stick and shaking it just to get it through the bearings. One thing that you do want to be mindful of when sticking these cams in is on the LS motor there, the backside is open. And because the motor is kind of like slanted upward this way and down that way, it can easily, the cam itself can easily slide out the backside. So we want to be careful of that. Do want to come over here to the cam real quick. So I decided to go with a TSP cam, Texas Speed Performance cam. I got that chopper. You know what I mean? Most cats, when they building these things or these LSs, they go with BTR. I didn't want to go with BTR, man. Even though, you know what I'm saying, like, they got some good ratings. They got, you know, we know that they're gonna perform. There's other cams out there too that can perform just as well as they can perform. And also did like a comparison between this one and the BTR cam, and they're almost like exactly similar. Notice I said almost. But anywho, we're gonna go ahead and get this bamboo. Ooh, that boy look good. Ooh. Yeah. Cam card right up in this thing. Copy that chopper. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and get this lubed up. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lube up the bearings. And I'm gonna lube the bearings up utilizing not this kind, not that kind. Where's my cam? Where's my cam juice? Where's my cam juice? Oh, there it is. So we're gonna use cam lifter lube. So what we're doing is we're just doing a little bit of pre-lube on this thing. Making sure we get a little bit of something on all these bearings to help out with the installation. Is this a must step? Probably not. But since we're gonna put it on the cam anyways, we should be good. I just wanna do this for me, you know what I'm saying? And for me on, moving that thing up, and we can say, all right, we did our due diligence. Camshaft in place. It's a messy job, man. It's a messy job. But it's in place. It looks good. Now we can move on and put the cam retaining plate in place. Gonna torque that down, and then we're gonna put the sprocket in place. I'm not gonna torque the sprocket down because I'm gonna have to, you know, move that around just with the crankshaft. So let me get the timing of the, the retaining plate, and we'll be right back. You dig? All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do, man, I'm gonna go ahead and put this timing plate on that I got from Summit, man. So it got like these countersunk bolts, which I really like, the old bolts, or like hex bolts or whatnot, man. So we're gonna go and get this in place. The motor is kind of like upside downy, so it's gonna go down like this. All right, and then once we get in place with these bolts, we're gonna tighten it down to 18 foot-pounds. There is some language out there though that say these new countersunk bolts only need to be tightened down to 11 foot-pounds, but I don't know about that, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna go with that board. I'm gonna just go back with the original 18 foot-pound and then call that bad boy a day. Move on with life. Alright, so then we got that plate on and torque down to 18 foot-pounds. And we can go ahead and hit the time sprocket on. Alright, so these are the sets, man, that I'm gonna be using, man. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I kind of caught hell about this timing set situation. Like, if you do your research, man, there's a whole lot of different timing chains and sets that's out there. I was unsure of which one or which brand I wanted to go with or what have you. Only because I wanted something that was gonna be like extremely durable, and on top of that, you know what I'm saying, have the ability to make like some adjustments on it, some timing adjustments on it. So I actually reached out to, Michigan Motorsports about a timing set that they had. They didn't have any more in stock, so I was in, back and forth communication with them, and the rep that I was speaking to, he advised, like, if you wanted one of the strongest sets that's out there on the market, to go with the Red Series for my situation. As you notice, the bad boy say, made in Australia. But I did, before I even reached out to him, man, I did, kind of do some research and whatnot. And there was like 2 companies that made like really, really strong material for timing gears. It was IWIS, IWIS, and it was one other. I can't remember the name of it right now. But every time I would read up on it, IWIS would come up, and as like the strongest out there, make the strongest timing chains or what have you. So I ended up going with this one because guess what? The timing set, the chain itself is made out of an IWIS material, or it's made from IWIS or through IWIS, the company or whatever. So decided to go with this. But anywho, we're gonna go ahead and get this on, just the top part, and we're gonna use some ARP fasteners to do it. We're not gonna torque this down right now because, again, I may need to make some adjustments to it or what have you. We're only putting this on so the so the camshaft won't slide out of place. So I'm gonna just put this on, use these bolts, put them on real quick just to hold it in place. And then we're not gonna even torque it. We're just gonna, just kind of hand tighten it until they bottom out. You did. So let's go and put this on real quick. Ooh, it's so pretty. Look at that bearing, back to that bearing. Ooh, true roller chain. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be purty. So again, we're not gonna focus on tightening or torquing these down. We're just gonna get it in place, and that way we got something to keep that gear from, or keep that cam from backing out on the back side. So let's put these on hand tight. And we're gonna come back, take this off later when we get ready for it. to think about it just then. I was like, wait a minute, is this long? No, it's working. All right. So now we gotta wait for the cam to stay in place without sliding back. Ain't going nowhere till we spin that bad boy. Ooh. 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 Yeah, so we're good with that. They move nice and freely. Nice and lubed up. So, with that being said, man, I think I really want to go ahead and get this crank in. But I ain't gonna hold y'all by a little bit on that high side. But let's see, we're gonna see. All right, people, so yeah, I decided to just kind of hold off on putting the crank in right now because, as you know, man, the torque sequence, all that good stuff gotta be done once I put the bearings in, drop the crank, put the bearings in, grease the bearings, drop the crank, grease the other top bearings, put them on the mains, drop the mains, and on top of that, torque them down in sequence, and that's a whole situation, man. So I'm gonna pause here, wait till tomorrow to do that part, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna come back and kind of like hand clean some of my gunk for that, you know what I mean? I put on that cam or whatever, so I just wanna make sure these surfaces right here good to go. So when it's time to go ahead and put the bearings in, we won't have no hiccups, you did? So I'm gonna clean that. I'm just literally using the same carburetor, or not carburetor, brake cleaner, part cleaner that I'm spraying directly on the cloth and then wiping it down. So that's gonna be it, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. We finna get working on this thing, so a lot of content coming. You did? So stick with your boy. Holla back.